So I want to make this video today in honor of my dad. Today, October 19th, it is the anniversary of my dad's passing. He's been gone for 25 years now. So it's been over 2 decades. Yeah, it's crazy how time just flies. But he died when I was 10. So you go ahead and do the math and you'll find out how old I am. And yeah, I had him long enough in my life to really get to know him enough and bond with him. And he died from, I think, what's that one disease from alcoholism? It's cirrhosis, where all of your organs shut down and stop working. So that's what happened to him. He was he wasn't the abusive type of alcoholic, so he was more of the type that was self-sabotage, and he wasn't like, because I know there's a lot of other cases that are more like domestic abuse, and they're far more dangerous, but in our case he was not that way. So, and he tried many times to get out of it, but anyway, this is the anniversary of his death, and so just been a big reflection point for me. I mean, it's interesting because what I've noticed is that there have been years where I would forget the day and it would pass and I'd remember after the fact. But this time I realized it yesterday, the day before. And I don't know what that means, but something significant, I think. I think these periods of time happen in our lives, especially after losing a loved one, where we reflect on the things we've gone through and what kind of a person did it turn us into? What fears did it cause us to develop? Okay, hold on one second. So, what I want to talk about really is just this whole thing that I am recognizing within myself, psychologically, emotionally, with my kids, the dynamic that I have, the issues that I have, and overall, just trying to get through it, trying to deal with it, trying to basically mature the parts of myself that has not fully matured because it was stunted at growth. Like my growth was it was like stunted because of these fears from back in the day, because of these traumas. And so they come up for review. And it's just, I think they come up for review like every couple years, or maybe actually big cycles tend to take 10 years or 7 to 10 years to come to fruition and really hit home. So I guess that makes sense. After being, it's like over 2 decades. I'm okay. I'm just processing it and speaking out loud as I'm processing it. So just don't mind me. But yeah. So anyways, I don't know if I know, I'm sure that some of you have dealt with loss in your life. And it's not easy, especially when you're really close to them, right? It never fully goes away, of course not. I mean, in a way, it's interesting because in a way you'd also feel bad if it did. Am I not right? You feel like you're not being fair. It would almost feel like you don't actually love you. You would feel bad, like it's like, oh, that would mean that I don't love them. No, but regardless, we essentially keep ourselves from being able to heal because of that. And again, I'm just processing and talking out loud. But yeah, I've always said that I feel that daughters father is very important in a daughter's life because she needs the masculine protector to outweigh and balance, not outweigh, but balance out her feminine, right? To make her feel loved, care for, reassure her, add to her confidence. And then the other side goes for the boys. Boys need their moms because same concept. That's why I feel there is that saying out there, mama's boy, daddy's girl, is essentially there for a reason. Because it's like you need to have the opposite to help complete you, to help grow an individual that has enough healthy awareness of themselves. Not to say that I didn't get that. I mean, well, I didn't really have a solidified male figure in my life that was really there all the time, but it's not like it's not like they were completely non-existent either. But what I'm trying to say is I know that there are situations out there where there is none there at all. There's no support at all. And you go through a loss, you don't have people there for you. There's tons of people that have grown up with both of their parents being addicts, and they had to be the parent to their own parent. The child had to turn into the parent. So I'm well aware of all the different circumstances out there. And that not even mention domestic violence and abuse and all that kind of stuff. But if you've gone through loss in your life, if you're still grieving, the grieving, of course, never goes away, but it gets easier each day. As the years go by, it gets easier. But, the pain, the wound is still there. It just slowly heals. Sometimes it opens up. Sometimes you'll go through experiences that basically break open that wound again. If you go through another traumatic experience, it could open it up again, for sure. Then you have to start the healing process all over again, but in a different way. But I think really it's about us recognizing our humanity. With my dad, I don't blame him. I know that he tried his best. I knew he was suffering, and I watched him suffer. I watched him and I felt his pain. I remember that as a child. He tried his hardest. It was just too late. You learn to forgive, you learn to let go of those things and realize, you know what? I'm blessed that I'm here. This has turned me into a different type of individual. It gives you something that offers a depth that other experiences you couldn't learn, right? You can't just go to school and read a book and take a course on psychology and think that you can understand. It doesn't work that way. You can't learn understanding from a book. You learn it from experience. It gives you depth when you feel pain. But it's, there comes a price with it, of course. But, if you believe in God, you'll know that things, they happen. Not all things happen to some people, but we can sometimes get down on ourselves and think, why did this have to happen to me? How come I couldn't just grow up in a, normal life, normal family, easy life, all that kind of stuff? Well, because what kind of a fucking world would this be if every one of us had it really nice and easy? How fucking superficial and surface level would this fucking world be? It would be intolerable. It would be filled with degenerates. I'm sorry, no offense to people. Okay, I take this back. Okay, I don't want people to think, oh, if you didn't go through any experiences that you're not. I'm just saying, like, I think it's important that we go through difficulties. It changes who we are. And difficulties happen in different ways. It doesn't have to be like you lost someone. It could be someone did something bad to you. You were raped, or you were molested, you were abused, you were homeless, you lost everything. You had everything, you lost everything. You grew up with a disability, or you have a disability or something, or you're alienated or whatever. Or you're, grow up in poverty, or there's so many different things. Okay. I'm not going to go through the whole list, but I'm just saying, like, I'm referring to, if everybody grew up with the cookie cutter lifestyle, white picket fence, and a big mansion and a farm and all those nice things and good, everything was perfect and great, storybook level, then what kind of a life would that be? The whole world would look like freaking, it would look like the Truman Show, or it would look like Stepford Wives. That one, and then there was like this town where everybody was. I think I'm getting the story, those movies right. I think those are the ones I'm talking about. But yeah, this video is going on for way too long, so I should probably just end it now. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video because I really want to dedicate it to my dad, and he was a good man. And I'm proud I got my Viking bloodline from him too as well. So he's a good guy. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Know that if you ever feel alone, don't forget how important you are in this world. Your existence matters. You have purpose in this life. And if you ever feel like giving up, remind yourself that. Remind yourself how important you are. That the world needs you. You may not know why, but the world knows why. That's all I have to say.